so up and down.
Yeah.
Your psychology gets tested. It was losses and losses, and then you
Going back to the name of this podcast series, it's from the ground up.
Yeah.
So you were basically struggling, and you thought, okay, right, I need to make this work now.
Yeah, we've done $250,000 in revenue in under a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so don't do this.
Okay.
But I ordered some peptides.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my hands on some peptides.
Yeah.
And yeah, so got home, crashed out on the sofa. Within like 3 minutes, I was asleep.
Really?
I didn't wake up till about 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Little side note: I grew up without a father.
Okay.
So it was just me and my mum.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Palm Stone's podcast series From the Ground Up. And today I'm joined with former MMA fighter turned into an entrepreneur, Zidane. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure to be here.
So Zidane, you're from Bury, not so far from Blackburn.
Yes.
And we met through an unconventional way.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask you, you obviously went from an MMA fighter to being an entrepreneur. Big step, big change. But let's take it back to the start. Where did the MMA journey begin for you?
Okay, so growing up, I was like, I wasn't an active kid, yeah. I just used to like Xbox and PlayStation and that kind of stuff. And my mum would be trying to find ways to get me into, sports. So I'd try them and I'd be so pants at them, yeah. I'd be so bad. And then I just kind of give up, yeah. And then once upon a time, I was my uncle came down from Newcastle, and I must have been about maybe 13 or 14 or something.
Yeah.
And we watched the Undisputed movies together.
All right, yeah.
Yuri
Boyka.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. This is pretty sick. Seeing Scott Adkins do all the backflips and gymnastics and stuff. Anyways, I was like, oh, do you know where, like, if there's anywhere around that I could try this? Yeah, I couldn't even do a forwards roll.
No way.
Yeah. But I just thought, you know what, let me try. And then my uncle took me to a gym in Radcliffe, nearby where I live, and it's called Shootbox. It was called Shootbox at the time. And started there.
How old were you at this age?
Like 13, 14.
Okay. And
then started it, went to a session, and it was like one of them like grimy, old, like, mills. Yeah. And I remember going up there, walking in, and it just smelled like sweat and like, brick and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cold, I bet it was cold.
It was cold, because it was in the winter as well.
Yeah.
And then there was the head coach, and his name was Scott Fairclough, like a massive bald-headed monster. And they had a wrestling coach. I think he was a wrestling coach, or his son was in a Team GB wrestling. Yeah. And his name was Jason Ram. Yeah. Again, just another unit. Yeah. And I had a one-to-one session with him. Oh my God.
That was your first session going in there, one-to-one?
My first session ever, one-to-one. Yeah. And like the positions in wrestling and stuff, it requires you to be kind of, especially in wrestling, in your wrestling stance, you have to be kind of bent forwards at the hip. Okay. And I was so unconditioned, that my back was just cooked after 3 minutes of doing it. Yeah. Anyways, he had me doing roly-polies, all kinds of stuff, and afterwards I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this. Yeah. This is too hard.
Too much for me.
It's too hard. So then I left it, went back to Xbox. Yeah. And then sometime later, there's another guy in our community, and his name's Kami. Yeah, he was in the he was like in the army. Okay. Yeah, Commando Kami we call him. Yeah, and he's got 2 cauliflower ears, both of them. Right. He said to me, like, come on, son, let me take you to.
He was elder at this point.
Yeah. He said, come on, son, I'll take you to a place in Rochdale. Yeah. Called SBG Rochdale. Yeah. So, anyways, I think that SBG Rochdale. So he took me there, and then I remember. Right, this was a few years later, by the way, actually.
Okay. So you didn't train from
then?
Gave up, thought, this is not for me.
This is not for me. Yeah. And then a little while later, then Kami approached me, and then we went, and I'm not even joking, like at this time I was like banging weights out, going to the gym, and he he took me into the class. I was a little bit intimidated. There were so many people there, and by nature, I'm not an aggressive person, and like fight or flight response, I've always been more of a flight kind of guy, but I just wanted to, get stuck in, So, anyways, I got submitted by a guy who was built like that straw there, in one round, like 5 times. Wow! And I thought, because I'm doing the gym, I'd stand a chance. He just wrapped me up, and then I was sat there, demoralised in my sweat, just like this,
Thinking, what have I got myself into?
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, I was like, wow, I need to learn how to do this. just in case somebody else does it to me again.
Yeah, of course.
And then I fell in love with it after that, and I just carried on.
So you started, when was that, about 16, 17 years old? Or?
Like, yeah, 16, 17, but then full-time was 18.
So you actually started really late, and
Yeah.
to get into actual having fights, how many fights have you had?
Like into clubs and amateurs and that, maybe like 5 or 6 like that.
Wow, so
altogether.
to get into it so late and actually get into fight and get into amateur fights, that's really impressive.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
what was the turning point where you thought, right, okay, I don't want MMA anymore, I want to go into business? Because I do know that you've opened multiple businesses, especially in e-commerce, and like I mentioned, we met through an unconventional way. You kind of inspired me to work harder. When you told me about your routine, day-to-day routine, where you train, kind of keeping up with training, running in multiple businesses, and I asked you, how do you find the time to do so? And I was like, right, if you can do it, I can do it. So what made that change from MMA to business?
So it's a bit of a funny one, actually. So I was actually on a scholarship in 2023 in Hull, and I was training there full time. And I came back, and everyone knows, being a full-time fighter, be it boxing, MMA, whatever it is, you're kind of like living just by your means.
Yeah.
And it's hard to balance a full-time job and training, especially if you like all in. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So I was working the security shifts as a doorman, Friday, Saturday, Sundays.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And then my mum, she turned around and said to me, like, one day, Zidane, you know, what's your plan?
Yeah.
Because are you gonna go full on MMA all the way? Are you gonna try it, or are you gonna then get a full-time job? It was, and I was working.
Yeah.
But again, all my funds were going towards MMA.
Of course.
Everything towards camps and everything, nutritionists, the whole lot. And then towards I'd say 2024. I got into crypto.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just my cousin. He's a quite successful forex trader.
Okay.
And he started like producing content and everything. And I looked at him and I was like, oh wow, like if he can do it, why don't I give it a crack? Give it a crack. So instead of doing the forex route, I went. I jumped straight in the trenches.
Crypto.
Straight into the Solana meme coin trenches.
Oh, bloody hell.
And I started trading the meme coins, and it was like
paid off.
It paid off, but at the same time, it was so up and down. Your psychology gets tested. It was losses and losses, and then you get a win, and then it was losses, and so there were a lot of losses before there were wins.
Yeah.
But I managed to secure some capital from crypto, the fart coin.
Dodge, was it Dodge or Dog or something?
That's one of them, but no, it was fart coin for me.
Yeah, I never heard of that one, bloody hell. Just making up any coin these days,
I swear to God, fart coin, Trump coin, and there was also one called San Chan, like a small dog and a guy going around Japan. Anyways, got the capital from that. And then started my e-commerce business with that. And now, alhamdulillah, like mashallah, Allahumma barak, we've done $250,000 in revenue in under a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you would say that your change from MMA to business was simply a case of, because going back to the name of this podcast series, is from the ground up. So you were basically struggling and you thought, right, I need to make this work now. Because either I'm going MMA and staying broke, or I'm putting my money elsewhere, my mind elsewhere. Yeah, because as well, just a little side note, I grew up without a father. Okay.
So it was just me and my mum.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was quite a struggle.
Yeah.
Because, looking after me when I was young and everything, and then when I was in studies, it would be focusing on studies. I was still working, but my mum would be out of work sometimes, and I would have to try my best to, keep everything afloat. So it was great, having that break. And it was like finally.
What, between MMA?
No, the crypto.
Okay.
It's like finally.
Breakthrough.
The breakthrough, And I said to my mum, just trust me. I'm going to make it work somehow. Just trust me. And then, I had the breakthrough. And alhamdulillah for that,
I think if you keep knocking on the door God answers.
Eventually.
And, your intentions are everything. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. You see people who go down the wrong route of trying to make money, whether they're wrong people or fraud or drug dealing, whatever it might be. And their intention is to make money, but they're doing it the wrong way. But little do they know their risk is written. If you do it the right way, you're still going to receive that. And obviously that's what you did, and you got that breakthrough to then invest into your e-commerce businesses. So that's amazing. Going back to MMA, because I really like combat sports and whatnot. You know, I used to train when I was younger. Well, I still do, but I used to box when I was really young, going forward. And then I injured myself around 16 years old, and from then I thought, you know, I don't think I could do this. I was just never the same. Did you come across any sort of injuries? Did you come across any sort of setbacks or even knockouts, anything like that? Did you ever get knocked out or injured or anything like that in MMA?
I've had my fair share of receiving damage over the years. In my let's start with my just generally speaking, you get your knee pains, your back pains, your neck pains from getting cranked all the time, and your arms, and but one of my I got TKO'd.
No way.
My debut.
No way. How did that happen? Ground and pound or?
It was a GMP finish.
Really?
But you know what? Props to my opponent. That guy was tough. But I started off really, really strong. You know, took him down, ground and pound, everything. And then he just was so resilient. I just couldn't end him. He got up. We started banging on the feet, and he clocked me with it must have been about 5 head kicks.
Oh wait, standing.
But I just kept eating them. And after the 5th one, I thought, oh, maybe I should chop his lead leg off. But then by then the accumulative damage was just too much. And then I can't remember. He clipped me with something. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the head kicks, and then I ended up on his back. At the end of the 2nd round, and you know, like when it's your debut, the lights are on you, everything. You experience like an adrenaline dump. Because you're so everyone, you know, backstage is slapping you and like, come on, let's go. You're gonna this, and when you get in there, it's like all you can focus on is you and your opponent. Everything kind of fades away, but I was still thinking about the lights and everything. So
is it like hyperventilating inside?
Not so much hyperventilating. It's more so like your cardio just goes.
Serious.
Like you could have been doing such good, you know, cardio training in your camp and everything, and as soon as it comes to when you're in there, people don't understand this. It's how you perform on the night, isn't it?
Of course.
And all that training, it's good to be prepared and it's good to over prepare. But then when you get in there, it's all about how you perform under the lights.
Of course.
And that first one, for me, it was a big thing. And I think the lights, the cameras, the people, everything, it got the better of me. And anyways, so I was on his back. And then, because it's so sweaty as well.
Of course.
He spins into me. And then he just starts feeding me, I think he's a southpaw, so it was right hooks.
Wow.
Just a bunch of right hooks, and then I was like squashed against the cage, and the referee just saved my life.
Wow, bloody hell. Did your mum watch that fight? How was that?
She was
upset.
She was upset, understandably. I remember coming home after it, and I was like, Mum goes, you look grey. I was like, Mum, please. I just want to crash out. I just got on the sofa. I had zero appetite. Couldn't eat, because I remember he kneed me so hard in one of the knees. It actually lifted me up.
Seriously?
Wow. In the clinch. And then, so got home, crashed out on the sofa. Within like 3 minutes, I was asleep.
Really?
I didn't wake up till about 4 a.m. Starving. I raided the fridge.
How did it feel? Was it more of did you feel upset losing, or was it more, because again, coming from a TKO loss on your first fight to then having another 3-4 fights, it says a lot about you in terms of resilience. So how did that sort of get you back into your second fight? Were you kind of nervous, thinking, what if I get TKO'd again, or did you learn from all of the mistakes from the first fight?
I learned, over prepared, and I kind of came to terms with it just being something for me that is a bit of fun. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in there, I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to spar hard in camp. And then it felt so much different, you know, that the time after that, because when I got in, it was like, I just felt like I was in the gym, sparring one of my boys. It just felt natural. And it didn't feel like it was an occasion or anything like that.
Course,
and then I got a TKO in round 1.
Wow. So you went TKO round 1 in your second fight?
Wow. And just GMP finish.
Wow.
Just got him out there quick.
Amazing.
Going back to injuries though. So one of the worst injuries that I've experienced it wasn't even whilst I was doing MMA or jits or anything. It was, I was in the gym.
Yeah.
And whilst I was on the scholarship, and I was doing some squats, box squats. Anyways, doing the squats, all of a sudden, on one of the reps, I felt my back go.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm a physiotherapist, yeah, so I should know better than to carry on going.
Yeah.
But sometimes your ego gets a bit better, you know, it's a big lift, you want to carry on finishing. Yeah. So I'd done it, and then I re-racked the weight, and honestly, it was like such a sharp pain in my back. Yeah, completely wrote me off.
Wow.
Went to the doctors and had 2 other opinions from osteopaths.
Yeah.
And they basically diagnosed me with a ligament tear in my spine.
Wow.
So luckily it wasn't a full tear, it was a minor one, but still it was so painful.
Yeah.
And set me back a lot. And actually that reminds me, so to deal with that, like, you know, as a fighter, you really want to get back in straight away. You want to rush, you know. And what I did was I started looking online.
Yeah.
And I'm not a doctor, so this is not medical advice, so don't do this. Okay. But I ordered some peptides. I got my hands on some peptides.
Yeah, I know what peptides are. I've taken it as well. Tell me, and I'll tell you when I took it.
Okay. So, namely, 2 peptides that I took for healing for my back, and it was one called BPC 157 and the other one TB 500. And they work synergistically, and you're supposed to take them together. Anyways, I started taking them, and they gave me a prognosis to get better. It was 12 months.
Yeah.
I got back grappling after 7.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, anecdotally, in my experience, for me, it worked really, really well, like the peptides. And I'd recommend them.
You know what? So I took it because I hurt my shoulder, and I couldn't even do a push-up. I could not even do a push-up. So then I tried everything, physios, anything I needed to do, I tried it. It didn't work. So then I got told about peptides, which I did take eventually. And 10 days, I kid you not, 10 days it took me. And after I found out, and same thing that you mentioned, TB500 and I think BPC 157, I didn't know later on people were taking this as some sort of performance enhancing drugs. Right? I took it for recovery, and it worked wonders, and I recommend it to everyone, everyone. But where did you get yours from?
A website. It's called Wolverine Peptides. They do like a Wolverine stack, so I just typed in Wolverine.
Makes sense. I've seen
everybody talk about it, and it just made sense. So I got it from there. They've never let me down. Great company.
Okay, Zidane, like I mentioned before we even started this podcast, time is going to fly. We could stay here for hours talking. I've got so much to ask you, but before we wrap up, I just want to ask you for 2 pieces of advice. One for anyone who's looking to start MMA, and one for anyone who's looking to start a business. Okay, so for MMA, I'd say forget what, you know, you might have this feeling of anxiety, or you might already think, oh, you know, if I go in there, people are going to judge me, I'm going to be the worst, I'm going to get submitted a bunch of times. Forget all that. Just go and do it. What you'll find is a lot of people in the MMA space, in the jiu-jitsu space and combat sports, they're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I've noticed.
And because they've got nothing to prove.
Of course.
They've got no chip on their shoulder.
Ego is left at the door.
They've got no chip on their shoulder. They don't need to show I'm a big man because they do it every day. They get humbled on a daily basis. Do you know what I mean? I can't even tell you how many times I've been choked out. It's in the thousands. But that's what I'd say. I'd say if you want to try it and you're thinking about it, just do it. Just go in, find your local MMA gym. Roundhouse MMA in Ratcliffe's a good gym if you're nearby. Pop in and you know, just approach it with an open mind. And look, you're developing a skill set. You're getting stronger, you're getting fitter, you're getting healthier. There's no, you know, when people say, oh, I want to get fit first before I start. Forget that. Just get in, because it'll make you fitter.
Of course.
And not to mention as well, the community, the people you're going to be with every day. You build a nice friendship group there as well. And you got people from different backgrounds and things. We've got, like, for example, plumbers and electricians and things, and you know, all these different baristas. And so if you need a helping hand, just drop it in the group chat. Boom, there you go.
Of course.
Easy,
Definitely.
So I'd say just start. Forget. Just give it a go.
And anyone looking to get into business?
Business. You know, people say, oh, business space, certain niches are oversaturated, There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how if you just start.
Yeah.
I'd recommend something online, selling something online.
Yeah.
Be it from grabbing something from China or sourcing something here, creating something here, whatever it may be. Starting it, selling it online. Somebody from Egypt might order it, and you'd be thinking, how the hell did they find me?
Yeah.
But they do. They find you.
Yeah.
And if it's written for you, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the worst thing you can do, look, let's say it costs £2,000 to start a business.
Yeah.
Okay, you work a full-time job, yeah, and this is your side hustle. You want to try it out. Let's say you put the £2,000 in, and the business doesn't go according to plan. Yeah, it fails. Yeah, because it might. That's the reality of it. Okay, can you make £2,000 again? Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you just try again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you don't lose until you stop trying.
Exactly.
Then you lose.
Yeah, of course.
So you might have 5 losses.
Yeah.
And then your 6th one
Of course,
is the one.
because you learn across the board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect, Zidane. Thank you very much. I appreciate
problem.
your time. Thank you for coming on.
Lovely to be here.
Like I said, we could say I was talking, but hopefully next time we can have a long conversation.
Inshallah, yeah.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.